1B. Listening.
Hello, my name is Dorothy Carter and I'm a historian. I've been invited here today to talk to you about what we have learnt from recent excavations in the ancient town of Pompeii in Italy. As you may know, Pompeii was a city which was destroyed when the volcano Mount Vesuvius erupted in the year 79 CE. The flow of lava and gas covered the city, burying everything in volcanic ash, including people who hadn't left the town. The reason we know as much as we do today is exactly because the town was destroyed in this way. All the objects, buildings and bodies that archaeologists have uncovered and are able to study were preserved under meters of volcanic material. The nearby city of Naples, on the other hand, developed into a modern city, and that actually reduced the amount of archaeological information it can offer. Several of the things we've learned from the Pompeii findings are quite surprising. For example, we usually assume that people in those days lived shorter lives than we do on average, but that's probably not true. Among the bodies that were found, there were several of middle-aged and elderly people. Of course, there were many childhood illnesses that they didn't have effective treatments for, and about 1 in 2 children didn't make it to their 10th birthday. But those people who survived their childhoods were likely to have lived a reasonable number of years. Then there are the baths. Only the wealthy could have baths in their houses, so most people used public baths. Numerous baths of this kind were found in the ruins of Pompeii, and they make it clear that the Romans' engineering skills were astonishing. The baths had underfloor heating, and there were even grooves in the ceiling, which meant water was directed down the walls instead of dripping on people that were in the baths. Incredibly advanced if you consider this was the 1st century. Some baths even included a pool and large gymnasium. And people didn't go there just to clean themselves. The baths were also used as meeting places for socializing and doing business. Another interesting finding concerns food. So far, 35 bakeries have been excavated, with large ovens and stone mills for grinding grain. On the other hand, very few houses have been found with ovens in them. There's a wall painting which shows a shop that looks very much like a modern-day bakery, with someone handing bread over a counter and shelves of bread behind them. And it seems that bread was also sold in places on the street, as graffiti has been found on a wall showing the sale of bread. We can also feel confident in saying that both rich and poor had a good diet. Archaeologists found evidence that people were eating sea urchins, nuts, figs, eggs, chickens, and other nutrient-rich food. Surprisingly, a number of tools were also found.